What's going on, people? TroopzTV back again. Back our blood clot again, you understand? Match reaction time, you get me? Champions League football is back in our lives, and we've been very dominant in the Champions League. We've been very dominant in all sides of our game this season, but extremely dominant in the Champions League. Only conceding one goal so far, which was against Bayern Munich in our last game. But guess what, blood? The clean sheets are back again, rude boy. You understand? Mia Khalifa has left the building, and we have clean, fresh sheets, blood. You understand? Club Brugge 0, Arsenal 3. Now, first things first, Noni Madueke, blood. Fair play, mate. You know what I mean? Fair play. This is what we asked of you. This is what we wanted when we signed you. And you've done pretty good since you've joined the club. You understand? Obviously, it took you a while to get your first GNA. You're yet to get an assist, but now that's your third goal, blood. You understand? 3 goals in the Champions League, back-to-back games that you have scored in the Champions League. And Noni Madueke is doing pretty well on the right-hand side. You understand? He was by far our best player today. Very unlucky not to get the hat-trick. You understand? Obviously, Arteta had other ideas. You get me? We'll get into that a bit down the line. But in that first half, Noni Madueke was a shining light, bro. You get me? Even before that first outstanding effort, you get me? It was like goal of the season contenders today, blood. You feel me? After that first effort, even before, should I say, that first effort, I was saying that, yo, Noni Madueke would actually be a pretty decent player if he could sort out his end product and his decision making, because he is more than capable of cooking a fullback. You understand? We've seen him fly past players on numerous occasions, but then it's that final ball, that last decision that needs to be made in the final third that he gets wrong. You understand? And literally, he cooked the fullback again. And if you go and look in the watch along, I actually say, okay, you cooked him again. What now? And boy, did we see what now. You understand? What a ferocious strike from Noni Madueke. We don't really see goals like that from Arsenal. You understand? We don't really have a lot of shooters in our team. You feel me? But today, Noni Madueke had his shooting boots on. You understand? He always has his dribbling boots on, but he definitely picked up his shooting boots. Do you understand? Martin Odegaard in that first half, in the entire game for me, I think Odegaard was very good as well. I think he was dictating the pace. I think he was demanding the ball. I think that he was getting Madueke into the right areas as well in that first half. If I look across the rest of the board, Marino was poor. You understand? He slows down the play. People were saying he was keeping the ball moving, but he just slows down the play. You know what I mean? He didn't really have no effect on the game. I've said on numerous occasions, and we've seen as well on numerous occasions, that when you put Marino into that midfield, the team just goes flatline, blood. You understand? When you put him into the false 9, he's a revelation, fam. You get me? Martinelli on the left-hand side, he was pretty poor in that first half. The right back kind of had him on lock. I'm not going to lie. Everything was going down the right-hand side. You get me? The left-hand side was very stale. You get me? Myers Lewis Skelly. I'm starting to feel sorry for Lewis Skelly, blood. You get me? Because he's not a left back, and this season he's being found out slightly when he's been called upon. You understand? He had one good performance in the Champions League early on, but since he's been going back in, he's had a bit of a rough time. You understand? And that Forbes brother for Brugge, he was their main threat, and he was causing Lewis Skelly some problems. He does need to work on his defensive side of his game, because for me, I'd love to see him in the midfield. I know he would want to go in the midfield, and we all know that is his best position. You get me? And the reason why I feel sorry for him is because he's not a natural left back. You get me? So that defensive side of his game, it's not really there, blood. You get me? And as long as Arteta's here, I can't really see Lewis Skelly getting a chance in that midfield, because if Ethan Nwaneri can't get a chance in that midfield, Lewis Skelly definitely is not getting a chance in that midfield. Do you understand? We played Christian Norgard as a centre-back today. His first appearance for a very, very long time. And he done pretty well, blood. You understand? He was very composed. His anticipation was bang on. He was just keeping things simple. Got himself a yellow card, but you get me, blood. That's nothing here or there. In Capier, he was causing absolute mayhem in the opposition box. He hit the post from a very good effort on his right foot. Skelly has just put the ball back into a dangerous area. Nketiah on his toes, bang, off the post, very unlucky. And then he drew a fantastic save from the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper made a few fantastic saves, but you understand? I think the scoreline would have been a much higher scoreline if it wasn't for their goalkeeper. Second half, Martinelli was a complete different player, bro. You understand? I know Arteta wasn't happy with his performance, just like me. And it looked like a rocket was put up Martinelli's ass at half time. He came out a different animal. He did get that fantastic goal, bro. Cooking the right back, because the right back had him in his pocket for that first half. You understand? But that second half, Martinelli, the roles were reversed, bro. You understand? That fullback didn't stand a chance. And that finish was absolutely fantastic, bro. You get me? I need to see more of that from Gabriel Martinelli, because in his earlier days, we used to see that, bro. You understand? He'd have shots. He'd beat his man and straight away have a shot. He was more direct in his early days. He's kind of gone into his shell in recent years. But this year, he has looked a lot better. And you get me? That's another goal in the Champions League for Gabriel Martinelli. I think that might be 6 goals for Gabriel Martinelli, 6 or 5. You understand? But he is having a fantastic season in the Champions League. And then Zubimendi putting across a lovely ball on his left foot. Noni Madueke at the back post. Kaboom. Bob's your uncle. Second goal. Well taken. But I want to see this from Madueke on a consistent basis, bro. You understand? Because when you were brought in, let's be real, you were brought in for cover. You understand? No one looked at you jumping ahead of Saka in the pecking order. But with these performances, if you keep pulling out these performances, you're going to be knocking on the door. You understand? You're going to be knocking on the door, and Arteta's going to have difficult decisions to make. Bukayo Saka did come on. I don't know why this man's bringing on Saka, bro. You get me? It's like this man doesn't learn his lesson. You get me? He's like a child at points, bro. You understand? It's like watching a child at points where, you get me, you do something, it doesn't work out, and you continue to do it, and you keep getting the same results, bro. You understand? The first sign of madness is repeating the same foolishness, blood. You get me? And there was no need to bring on Bukayo, you get me, for a strong 20 minutes as well, bro. Whatever night you brought off Madueke after 80 minutes, you get me? You gave him the opportunity to try and get his hat-trick. He literally got the second goal, and within 5 minutes, he was dragged off, blood. You understand? Calafiori went on for Nketiah. I need to know what Timber's saying, bro. You understand? Because I can't be doing with Norgard and Nketiah as a defensive pairing, bro. You get me? Luckily, it's Wolves. You understand? But Timber, he needs to be ready for that game on Saturday. And we're going into a period now where we're going to play 5 games in 17 days, bro. You understand? And that is why I was getting kind of upset and aggravated by the substitution of Bukayo Saka, because we saw last year you was bringing him on when we're 3-0 up against Preston. Unnecessary. You get me? Like, I don't know if Saka wants his flipping match bonus for playing in the Champions League or something, blood, but you got enough bread, bro. You understand? Your wages are waging. You get me? So we don't need no bonuses around here, blood. You get me? The bonus will be the trophy bonus when you bring home that Premier League, inshallah. You understand? We saw what happened last year when we was playing these players in unnecessary games. They get burnt out. They pick up injuries. The thing goes left, bro. You understand? He already done it this year as well. You get me? He brought on Rice and Gabriel in the early rounds against flipping Port Vale in the Carabao Cup. Unnecessary, bro. You understand? You don't need to do them changes, bro. You get me? You don't need to do that. You made a lot of changes today, which was very good, and we comfortably come through that. But then, why bring on Saka, bro? You understand? Just, I don't understand it. You get me? Man was saying to me, we're trying to get Saka match fit for Wolves. For Wolves, blood. For fucking Wolves, fam. Right now, I'm starting Madueke against Wolves. Do you understand? That's how real it is. I'm not even starting Saka. I'm resting him again. You can go on the bench again, bro. You understand? Because I'm about winning the war, not these little battles. You understand? I don't mind losing 1-2 battles as long as the war is won. You understand? And that's what we need to start looking at. Looking at winning the war. You can lose battles, but as long as you win the war, that's what matters, bro. You get me? And if we, end of the season, have either the Champions League or the Premier League in our hands, we won the war, bro. You get me? But 3-0 win, and you get me? It was a boring 3-0 win. It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Like, winning 3-0, you expect it to be an exciting match, but under Arteta, you get me, boring Arsenal. They used to say boring Arsenal when it was 1-0 George Graham days, blood. I think them 1-0s are more exciting than these fucking 3-0s, mate. You get me? But like I said, job done. We're now through in the you know, you have to get into the 8, so you miss out on that little playoff round, like the pre-round before. You get me? We are now in the top 8, bro. So you understand? We'll have a rest, blood. You understand? Which is good, because we're gonna need all the rest we fucking need, mate. The way Arteta's playing these lot, you get me? But you let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy Troopz. I want to sound the minnows. I'm out.